Hi, today I'll be giving my book review on The Far and the Near by Thomas Wolfe. In The Far and the Near by Thomas Wolfe, the readers are taken to the outskirts of a little town. Here we visit the landscape of the town, the engineer's train, and the cottage the old woman and her child live in. We're introduced to the engineer, the conductor of a train who has driven his train across the same spot for 20 years. He'd grown old and gray from his service, experiencing all the grief, joy, parole, and labor a man could know. However, out of his service remained one thing constant, which was a little cottage a woman and her child lives in. There has not been one instant where, when the train has stopped in its track at this station, that the old woman and her child have not waved at the old man. Such a sight granted him happiness throughout all his years and led to his final decision of meeting the woman and child on his first day of retirement. The story creates a sentimental attachment between the reader and the old man, as the old man, once a servant of a company, views his surrounding utmost uncertainty as he trudges his path to the little cottage. He questions the familiarity of the streets. The author writes anticipation and panic, putting the old man's uncertainty into the spotlight as he wanders dubiously down the street in heavy-headed hesitancy, wondering if this town was the same town the old man has passed by 10,000 times. The author teaches us the difference between looking at things from afar versus how things are up near. Even though the old man has passed by this small town thousands of times over the course of 20 years, he was always sitting in the cabin of his train. As he pulls into the station and gazes upon the little cottage of the woman and child as they wave jovially at the train, he creates a delusion in his mind of the woman and child and their lives as expressed by the line. The picture of their lives was carved so sharply in his heart that he felt that he knew their lives completely, to every hour and moment of the day. However, just as he wanders into the town he thought he knew so well, he felt as if he woke up to an ugly dream of a world that was so strange to him. Although this was a story of no action, I do admire the suspense the author was able to build up to engage the readers. From the old man stepping off the platform into this town he was so eager to visit, to hovering his hand over the gate's handles, the readers wondered every moment what will the reaction of the woman and her child be. I recommend for others to read the short story, as the best part of the short story was as if I could physically see and feel what the old man is going through, the strangeness and unfamiliarities that he is experiencing. The story may connect back to a book I've read called Eye of the Minds. The ending of this book was that the main character discovered it was actually a computer-generated entity and lived its whole life passing through a part of a city that turned out just to be the real world. Once he realized it was not real, it became unfamiliar with his virtual world, and just like how the old man was with the small town. Thanks for listening to my report on the book, and I hope you enjoyed the book as much as I did.